Ow, what are you doing?
I didn't see you wear green yesterday.
Maybe because all our APN merch is all red?
It was St. Patrick's Day. If you don't wear green, you get pinched. Simple as that.
I've never heard of that. Are you sure you're not making this up just so you can pinch me?
Oh, no, I swear, it's a legit tradition to pinch people who don't wear green.
Okay, whatever you say. But where does St. Patrick's Day come from anyway?
I'm not too sure either, but we have a special story about that later. It's time to start the show. I'm Terry.
And I'm Nicole. Welcome to APN Show 22.
It's time to select courses for next year, and some of you may want to challenge yourselves with some AP classes. There will be informational meetings for certain APs throughout the month, and you can find the calendar at the link down below. It's a great idea to attend these meetings to see if APs are the right fit for you.
Everyone faces challenging times that can cause us to feel anxious and stressed. But with peer counseling, you never have to face these things alone. Here's Kailani to share with you more about this mindful service.
A few months ago, the Wellness Center extended their resources by adding peer counseling, an extension that gives students a space to talk about their hardships with trained student counselors. During fifth period, the peer counselors have students come into the Wellness Center.
We basically let people come in and give them a voice to share out any situations that they have or any problems that they might be dealing with.
When students sit down with Jelani and Tanish, their goal in discussions is to offer clients potential solutions to improve their mental health. Hadia comes to share her experience.
When I first signed up for peer counseling, I wasn't expecting much, but it actually has given me kind of a second opinion on difficult situations where I can't really think for myself, or I'm just really clouded with my judgment. And it has also given me advice that was actually really helpful, and me and my friends are great now. I would recommend it if you're struggling. It's a really safe space.
The Wellness Center shares many mindful techniques through student activities. However, through peer counseling, Jelani explains how their service puts these techniques into practice.
I think definitely talking to someone about what is going on in your life and really making those techniques applicable to your life with someone there is definitely a lot more helpful, I see, in our clients. So we want to give that opportunity to all of the students here in Arcadia High School.
A big thank you to the Wellness Center for caring about the students of AHS. Check out their Instagram for more mindful posts and visit the link below to schedule an appointment. This has been Kailani, back to the anchors in the studio.
Yesterday was the premiere of our school's production of Mamma Mia, and APN is producing a recorded copy of their excellent work. DVDs will be available for pre-order for $25 or Blu-ray for $35. They make the perfect keepsake, so catch us at the packed entrance or email apachenews@aosd.net. Payments are accepted in cash or check, and DVDs of previous productions are also available, so you can get yourself a copy of Les Mis, Beauty and the Beast, Peter the Starcatcher, and more.
As fun as it is, St. Patrick's Day isn't just about pinching people and pots of gold. Ethan dives deeper into the origins and myths of this Irish holiday.
When it comes to St. Patrick's Day, the first thing that comes to our head is gold, leprechauns, the color green, and pinching. But have you ever wondered why we celebrate these traditions? I have too. Especially considering that I got in trouble for pinching someone in first grade. You're not wearing green.
Teacher, he pinched me.
No. It's St. Patrick's Day. I thought it was okay. I'm sorry. Anyways, the celebration of the holiday actually refers to the death of St. Patrick, who is a patron of the Irish community, more commonly known for explaining the Holy Trinity with the clover. The usage of the color green is in reference to Ireland's nickname, the Emerald Isle. It's also tied to the folklore of leprechauns, as they would run around on St. Patrick's Day pinching people who aren't wearing green, because they're menaces. And the people who do wear green are supposedly invisible to the leprechauns, which is where the tradition to pinch people who don't wear green come from. See? It's a tradition! Why am I getting in trouble for it? I didn't even pinch him that hard. The leprechauns were said to be menaces who only wanted to protect their treasure, hence the pots of gold. So the next time you guys go to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, try not to be a baby when you get pinched. This has been Ethan, and back to the anchors in the studio.
Are you an aspiring journalist, videographer, graphic artist, or TV personality? Well, it's that time of the year where our very own Apache News team is recruiting new members. If you want to join APN, be sure to visit apachenews.aosd.net/join. Don't forget to submit your application before the deadline on April 1st. Hope to see you next year.
With the mask mandate being lifted in California, including our very own Arcadia High School, all the changes may be a little frightening. To explain the new guidelines, here's Maryam with the school COVID update.
On March 1st, California announced that it would be lifting all mask mandates, including ones indoors, starting March 12th. The mandate has been controversial, so let's take a look at it.
In early January, the peak at our school was around 150 cases in a day, and now it is 4. And the country has been doing much better as well. We averaged around 40,000 cases per day at the peak in January, but yesterday we only had 970.
Yes, so one of the most significant changes in the new guidelines that were released this Friday is that masking is now strongly recommended but no longer required in TK through 12 schools and institutions. Students are now able to make their own decisions about whether or not they would like to wear masks indoors and outdoors. The LA County Health Department has made the decision to change this from a requirement to a strong recommendation based on evidence coming from the county and also nationally. Based on information on case counts in our area, it's now no longer a requirement in other institutions. And all along throughout this process, we've trusted our county partners and we've relied on information from the experts as we're making decisions for our own schools.
California was one of the last states to take this decision, but it is with fair judgment. Arcadia has a 90.5% vaccination rate, which is one of the best in the country, so it is fair to say that we are pretty safe with masks.
Thank you, Nurse Newkirk, for giving us time. Stay safe, Apaches, mask on or off.
Link Crew will be holding a Blaze Pizza fundraiser next Thursday on March 24th. It's also a Common Core Day, so stop by after school with some friends for a delicious slice of pizza, and support Link Crew. They will also be holding a pin fundraiser, but more info on that soon.
Next week, the speech and debate team will be presenting its annual speech follies. Compared to the virtual competitions earlier in the school year, speech and debate has definitely come a long way.
There's another
Hey guys, if you didn't know, Arcadia High School speech.
Let's take a little sneak peek of what's to come in the year's show, brought to you by the team themselves.
Hey guys, if you didn't know, Arcadia High School Speech and Debate is hosting our annual Speech Follies, which is our showcase. And I'm sure you've heard about us or maybe heard us on campus, but let's give you a better sneak peek into what we do. Let's go.
23rd, 24th, 25th, and the 26th to laugh, cry, and be inspired by the Arcadia Speech and Debate team.
From the break, it's time for Apache Sports, which I have to say is one of my favorite parts of the show.
Our softball and boys tennis teams are undefeated in league, so the teams must be doing something right to get all these wins.
To tell us more about what our sports teams have been up to lately, here is Amish. Hey Amish, what did Katy Perry sing on St. Patrick's Day?
I kissed a leprechaun and I liked it. We saw some intense games this week with some teams moving up in league while unfortunately some teams went down. This past Wednesday, our baseball team had a rough game against the El Camino Real Royals. Coming into the game, our Apaches needed the mentality to win following an embarrassing 3-game losing streak. The Apaches played hard, but so did the Royals. The score was tied at 2-2 till the 7th inning. However, neither team scored during this time. After going to extra innings, an intense run home by the Royals secured them the victory, with the Apaches losing their 4th game in a row at a final score of 2-3. We wish the baseball team the best of luck in the rest of their season, and we hope they can get back on their feet. On a more positive note, our volleyball team had an outstanding game against the Pasadena Bulldogs yesterday, coming off a 3-0 victory against Glendale. The Apaches played fiercely to secure another win under their belt, winning the first game. The second game was intense as the Bulldogs nearly caught up. However, the Apaches stayed in the lead and won the second game as well. In the third game, it was clear the Bulldogs were not looking for the game to end early and battled point for point to keep the game going. The Apaches denied that request though, and won the third game with a score of 25-22, and the final game with a perfect score of 3-0. Great work and keep it up. As mentioned before, we saw some great teams playing this week, so let's get into it. On Monday, tennis won 15-3 against Mark Heppel, and boys baseball lost 4-0 against Walnut. On Tuesday, softball won 2-1 against Temple City, and baseball lost 10-1 against Los Osos. On Wednesday, swimming and diving won against Muir, and boys tennis won 10-8 against Flint Ridge Prep. Yesterday, tennis won 15-3 against Valencia. Today, make sure to go and support badminton as they play away against Alhambra. Even greater news, the Dodgers are coming back better than ever. After the longest lockout in sports history, the MLB's Players Union and Executive Board finally came to an agreement. Free agents are being signed left and right, which landed our boys in blue with the new addition of Freddie Freeman, 2020 National League MVP. Before we wrap up sports this week, we wanted to congratulate our softball team on their outstanding season so far. We have our very own APN member Giselle and her teammates Morgan and Jasmine with us in the studio today. First of all, I would really like to congratulate you guys on your 11-1 record and your 6-game win streak right now. So Jasmine, you guys won your last game against Temple City 2-1. How did it feel to beat a local school, and how does this affect your team for the future?
It felt really good being TC. We went into the game knowing that they were going to be good competition, and it was a very close game. And beating TC helped us keep our spot at number 1 in San Gabriel Valley, but with that, there's also a target on our backs.
Nice. And Giselle, you guys are currently undefeated in league and are tied for first with CV. Tell us a little about how your league games have gone so far and how the competition you've faced is.
Yeah, so we've only played 4 league games so far, and that's been against Hoover, Muir, Glendale, and Pasadena. So it's definitely been on the easier side of the competition, but we're definitely going to see how we hold up against Burbank Bros and CV in these upcoming few weeks.
So Morgan, you guys have a big game against our longtime rival Crescendo Valley next Thursday. Is there any history between you two, and what are some things you know going into that game?
Yeah, definitely there's history behind all of this. It's always going back and forth between us or CV on seeing who's going to win Pacific League champs, but sadly the past 3 years they've won. So I'm hoping this year for our senior year we'll be able to clinch that. And as we know that CV is 4-0 also in league, and their team is pretty good and they have good pitching, so I'm hoping we'll keep doing what we're doing and get the job done. So it's going to be a really competitive game to watch.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. And be sure to check out our softball team face the Crescendo Valley Falcons next Thursday live on Apache Sports. That's all for sports this week. Back to the anchor's desk.
You know, St. Patrick's Day has more to it than I thought.
Yeah, I never knew it marked the death of St. Patrick. By the way, comment down below how many 4-leaf clovers you found throughout the show.
Wow, we also anchored for 2 weeks in a row. Come back next Friday to see if Terry and I are anchoring for a 3rd week.
Before we go, we'd like to spend a moment to give a few of our fundraiser supporters a shout out.
Thank you all for supporting our program. Linda and Brad Jenkins, Desmond Dagnall, Carolyn M. Menino, Jeremy Leader, Mr. Enoch, Jenna Yoki, Efik Jess Clan, Kiana, Sansan, Emily Wong, Brooker J. Smith, Molly Santero, Kate Masuda, Stephanie Masuda, Jennifer Ledesma, Lily Chen, Jennifer Luo, and Amber Navali. If you haven't gotten a shout out yet, we will get to you in an upcoming show.
Make sure to follow our socials down below to stay updated on our live streams and shows.
And you can still get tickets to Mamma Mia at arcadiastage.com for tomorrow at 1 p.m. or 7 p.m.
See you next week, Apaches.